All right, Slack back with another battle blog. This one's over. I'm going to talk about the freestyle over a beat battles versus what it's evolved into today, the written acapella format. I'm going to kind of touch on the history of it, give my pros and cons to each, and just kind of do what I do, throw my thoughts out there on it. Battles in general basically come from ciphers. If you don't know what a cipher is, it's a handful of cats in a circle just rapping, displaying their craft, doing what they do. And what happens in almost every cipher is the cream will rise to the top eventually, and the couple of best cats, it'll become apparent these couple of cats are better than everybody else, and it'll become competitive amongst them. And you may start the cipher may begin with some prepared written rhymes or whatever, but it becomes a situation like nobody wants to admit defeat, and so it keeps going and going and going, and you got to come freestyle. You got to come off the top of the head, your shoes look like this. You just said this and whatever, and you begin saying things that can't be denied as a freestyle, and that's where this emphasis of freestyling being so important comes from old school cats, So these cipher battles kind of evolved into organized freestyle over beat battles. A la 8 Mile. Everybody, if you have never seen a battle ever, you've seen everybody on the planet seen 8 Mile pretty much. You don't know who you're battling. You don't know. They call you to the stage. They call your opponent to the stage. You don't know. You got to rap over a beat. You don't know what kind of beat. DJ may throw on some Wu-Tang. He may throw on some old school West Coast, G-Funk era shit. He may throw on some Master P. He may throw on some fucking dubstep. You don't know what he's gonna throw on, but so you gotta be quick on your toes. Not only with what you're gonna say, but how you're gonna say it. Because how you say it depends on what kind of beat DJ throws on. So DJ spins the shit, and you have them 2 to 4 bars intro to catch the beat and go. Some pros to this are. This is really the best way to measure a true MC. Are you quick on your toes? Can you be clever off the top of your head? Can you control the crowd? You got, MC, move the crowd, mic control. Can you ride a beat? The most important, I'm going to touch on this later, but what it's evolved into today is a bunch of cats that can rap but can't ride a beat. To be an MC, you got to ride a beat. You got to be able to rap on beat, And this freestyle over a beat format is really the best measure of an MC. Okay. Now a con to this really is I just mentioned how important the writing of the beat is, but in freestyle battles and freestyles in general, cats get caught out there saying a bunch of nothing because it's conscious stream of thought. It's you gotta be quick on your toes, all that, so you end up saying a bunch of stuff and you don't know where it's going, and you start reaching to try to make it rhyme, but if you can, so you end up saying a bunch of nothing, but because there's the beat there, if you can ride a beat well, if you've got rhythm like that, you can say a bunch of nothing and sound good over the beat and still get credit for it. If you can say nothing well, you can still win a freestyle beat over a battle, a freestyle battle over a beat. You can almost use that beat to disguise the fact that you're saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this is the freestyle over a beat format. And what it's evolved into over the years into today is written a cappella battles. Who you're battling. Freestyle battles, you show up to the venue and don't know who you're battling that night. You don't even know who's in the building that night. Freestyle battle, the written battle, you know exactly who you're battling weeks ahead of time, sometimes months ahead of time. This means you can research. His mom's got buck teeth, I'm going to talk about that. His little sister got pregnant when she was 14, I'm going to talk about that. This is just more, that aspect is just more interesting than the freestyle battles to me because, if his sister got pregnant when she was 14 and it's kind of known that, and you say that, everybody goes, oh shit, he's talking about when his little sister's a slut, versus his shoes are dirty, like in a freestyle battle. Because in a freestyle, really, that's what you're limited to is what you see right there. So you can research, you can not only that, but you've got time, so you can write, rewrite, revise, rehearse. You can perfect it. You know what I mean? You can craft perfection, if you will. you know, a couple of you know, a con to a pro to this is, it's really, you know, it's just more interesting. Like I said, it's just more interesting to hear somebody spit something that's well thought out versus just something off the top of your head. You know. Also, if, you know, like I brought up in freestyles, if you can kind of disguise what you're saying in a beat during a freestyle battle, there's no beat there. It's a cappella, so everything you say has got a magnifying glass on it. If you say something whack, everybody's gonna cringe. Oh shit, you know. If you say something hella dope, oh, you know, you're gonna get a reaction out of it. You know. So you know what you say is in this format. What you say is more important than how you say it. Or I feel like in the freestyle battles, how you say it over the beat is more important than what you say. You know what I'm saying? A con to this is because of what it is, and we only see this written a cappella now. It's created a whole generation, a whole section of battlers and battle fans that know nothing about hip hop culture, the roots of battling and hip hop in general. You know, like you got cats with, you know, 10 battles. You know, these new age cats got 10 battles online, and, you know, beating their chest about, I'm the best rapper. That's what, you know, the battle is bragging and boasting. I'm the best battle rapper on the planet. But they can't write a beat. They never sat down and wrote over a beat. You know, the concept of getting a blank beat, writing 16 bars, a hook, 16 hook, you know, taking it to the studio, layering, punch in, ad lib. You know, that's foreign. That's Chinese to these new cats. But you can tune in online on YouTube, and they got 10 battles, you know, with deep, complex metaphors about why they're the best rapper, but can't write a beat. You know, so you know that's a con to it. You know, so. You know, if you know me, if you watch my battle blogs, you know I'm an old school cat. I'm a fucking purist. I was there for them scribble, you know, them freestyle over a beat, scribble jam battles. You know, I was in high school in the 90s. You know, I remember people, you know, somebody beating on the lunch table, and we all go, you know, everybody goes in a circle and spits their shit. You know, my roots is there. I come from that. You know, and most people that like that from that demographic I just described are married to them freestyle battles, because back in the day, so much emphasis was placed on the freestyle. You know, they ain't trying to fuck with these. And they see these new battles, these written battles. Oh, that's written, and how hard is it to write rhymes and recite them? That shit's whack. You know, me personally, even though I'm that old school cat like that, I just prefer the writtens. It's more entertaining. I don't want to sacrifice quality for spontaneity. It doesn't matter to me that you just came up with that off the top of your head. I want to hear something dope. You know, if you're freestyling on a scale from 1 to 10, if you're freestyling a 5, that's acceptable because he's freestyling. But it's still, he's just rapping. He's rapping very well. It may be coming up off the top of his head, but it's not that good. You know, if you spit a written at a 5, you get laughed out of the building. You know what I'm saying? So if you're spitting a written, you better be spitting at an 8, 9, 10 level. You know what I mean? The writtens are held to a higher standard than the freestyles are. Here's a good metaphor for it. Stephen King is one of the most prolific authors and storytellers of our time. You know what I mean? He, you know, hundreds of novels, a gang of them novels get turned into movies. You know, he tells stories so well, they turn them into movies. You know, I'm sure you could take Stephen King and set him around a campfire and tell him, make up a campfire story off the top of your head. Just start telling a story, make it up as you go along. And I'm sure dude can do that. You know, he may get caught out there, you know, starting a story, don't know where it's going, and he gets caught, you know, it's going in circles and it's going nowhere and there's no real ending, like most freestyles. He may start telling a story not knowing where the ending is, and gets out there and, you know, can weave it all together and ties it all in and ends up being a pretty good story, like some freestyles. You know, but why would you have Stephen King make up a campfire story off the top of his head when if he sat down, he could pen a masterpiece? He could create, you know, Stand By Me, It, Christine, you know, these are stories he actually, you know, movies and novels he actually wrote. If you can get that kind of quality, why would you sacrifice that quality for an average, at best, story because it came off the top of his head? That's just like a metaphor for where I'm coming from with that, you know. Now, having said that I prefer the new shit, the written shit. It's apples and oranges. They're two different things, and they both have their place. It's apples and oranges, and you need both apples and oranges to make the fruit salad. In the hip hop fruit salad, you need both. They both have their place. You know, even though I prefer the writtens, we don't see the freestyle over a beat at all, ever. You know, these battle organizers, event organizers need to figure out a way to bring that back. You know, I know in the age of the internet, you can't really, you know, you know who you're battling, and it's never really true freestyle, even if you try to set it up for freestyle. Figure out a way to make it free, you know, to preserve the freestyle element of it, and you don't know who you're battling, and everybody shows up to the club like old school, and let's do an old school freestyle battle over a beat situation. You know, that needs to be brought back. You know, I want to see both. They both have their place. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of my 2 cents, pros and cons on each. You know, and that's where I'm at with it. Now, on a completely unrelated note, thoughts and prayers to Moore, South Oklahoma City. Had the horrible tornado just a couple days ago. It's fucked up down there. You know, even if you know, my brother and them, it smashed their whole. He lives in Moore. It smashed everything. Him and his family are okay, but they're having to live in a hotel. So even if you didn't lose your house and, you know, loved ones like a lot of people did, lost everything, people close to them, you know, it's fucked everybody's life up down there, you know. So do what you can do. If you're in OKC, get down there, try to help, you know, volunteer your time. If you're not from around here, you know, donate. redcross.org/donations. You can donate anything, you know. Let's everybody do what we do, and show the world what Oklahomans are about. Chill.